Hello, and welcome to the Atelier Nekuzuki live stream. Tonight we are working on actually getting the Kato started. I'm very excited about this. I'm excited to be back at my sewing desk here. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I wonder if I should probably edit my layout mode. That's what I need. And I need to be here, and then I need to see my oh, that's just all the stuff that like I can only. Interesting. Let's try that. Nope, that does not work. Anyway, I sat down at my sewing machine, and this tells you, like, how long it's been since I've, like, been at my machine, that there was a spider on my chair that got on me. And so that's why it took me a little bit longer to get on, because I was like, you know what, we're going to push, and well, we're going to shuffle things around to shake out any other spiders. And because I was starting to get antsy myself, haha, another insect joke, about like just how this space had devolved in the last little bit. Like I said, I'm starting to get to the point of being overwhelmed by the space and how much there is just kind of like happening in it. So that's a good indication that it is time to tidy. So that was part of it. The pile is still here. I have not cleaned it up, but I did get the zipper drawer at least back underneath the desk that's behind me here. I'm gonna put a little bit of lotion on because apparently I am still fighting winter and still losing. This is really nice stuff from Japan. It's by Steam Cream. It's gifted to me by Takako. I need to email her back here soon. I'm going to show you a new product that I messed around with last week when I was kind of like, well, I've got extra time, so why not do this? Mostly to scratch the brain itch, because sometimes it's important to do that more than anything, just so you can kind of crack down on the other things. Alright. That's better. Mostly. It's not perfect, but it's better. Get all my rings back on. So this is the new product. Where am I showing it? It's showing it up here. So it still needs a snap, but it's got like, basically it's a zip pocket up here, lined on the interior. And I still haven't like trimmed the threads. I'm not putting this into production yet, so I was just messing around with how I'm gonna do it. And then there's a pocket up front here. And then this flap right here is actually for a snap to snap down over that. So I figured it's a super cute little like upgraded notions pouch, or I don't know, it's just a cute pouch. It's a really good scrappy project too, and it'll actually use up a lot of the canvas scraps that I have, because I surprisingly have a lot of canvas scraps and I don't have a lot of places to use them. So I like it. So there'll be a snap here eventually. It does need a good press, and also I messed up when I was trying to like fix, I didn't catch this edge because prototype one, this will go into seconds. It's fine, but it's not like production quality even. So I'll put on like a deep discount, or if someone wants to mess around with it and let me know any feedback, I'm happy to send it to you. I do like the little round shape. It's a Canadian designer for the pattern, which is really cool. Next time I will lighten up on the interfacing on the, on the interior, I think. The back needs interfacing, but I think this part here that's behind the pockets doesn't, although the pocket itself does, because it needs help for adding in the snap, so it needs a little bit of backing. I'm very proud of how this lined up between the pocket and the actual like canvas thingamabobber accent. That's just what I would need tonight. So we had a really good morning. We had a very relaxing morning. The kids did a lot of TV. I looked at our screen time afterwards and I'm like, okay, tomorrow is going to be a majority outside day for all of us. It'll help me too. But I just was like, yeah. We're hitting that time of month again where it's just like, I am checking out. Also the time of like week, on the weeks that Dallas is gone, it's like this like last stretch. Or the halfway point for some reason is like the hardest sometimes, so. Okay, so what are we doing? We gotta do, I had that whole plan, and now it's escaping my memory. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a good little like coin pouch or like, and then actually I think there's enough room for like in here. So you could put like coins and or like cards up here. Like it's a good little like, it's just a good little pouch. Because realistically I just like good little pouches. Yeah, a bit of cash. I don't know if it would hold, it would hold like one of the old flip phones. I don't think it would hold like a smartphone or anything like that. It's not very large. And I am not in the mindset to like modify this one. Just because of construction. I guess I could always enlarge the pattern before I printed it. But, you know. Yeah, no. Right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the drawstring fold-ins and the pocket. And the, like, the pocket fold-over ones as well. Right, and then this can pop back here for now. And this can go with this because this will be the next thing after that. Right. Okay. There. Okay, I think that's gonna, I hope that keeps us organized. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's happening. Like I said, I make the rules. I don't necessarily follow them. Oh, it feels good to be back at the sewing machine. Eek. Oh, I guess turning the machine on first would actually help. Like, wait, there's something that I'm missing here. Mostly because I hit that foot pedal and nothing happened with the needle. So that would explain, like, yeah. So there's a spider that like crawled up my side after I sat down on my sewing chair the first time. And so now I'm gonna have like the spider twitches all night of like, ah. Lovely. Just what I always wanted. Okay, I'm like, where are the thread snips? But the thread snips were up in the tool bin thing that's on the pegboard. Right where they should be. Also, I did find one of my turning tubes the other day. So that can go back up there. And I even found a stick to go in the turning tube. So, that is exciting actually. Very important news in the studio. By the way, how long did I say that we were away from, or we were from the full moon last night? Because I swear I'm just going to blame today on the full moon. 3 days. Okay, yeah. I thought we were like 2 days. But whatever, it's close enough. No. Okay, so that is the width cut. Okay, yeah, there I see it. Sweet. All right. And actually, no, we can't go up in stitch length for these. That's okay. But yes, we had like a fairly decent morning, and then we went outside in the afternoon, and it was a good outdoor playtime. And then we came inside, and the kids were like, just like went off the wall, and I'm like, what happened? Because we had a really good playtime in the afternoon and like all of this. So I'm just like, where did we go off the rails? Now, granted, I was just also not in the mindset to like, well, my buttons were much easier to press today than they normally would be. There we go. So that didn't help either. There's also stuff like my eldest was like, pushed the youngest stuff off of a, you have like one of those foam play couches. And so the eldest pushed all the stuff off of this foam play couch so that they could like jump between the couches. And it's like, no, you can't do that. Like, that's not cool. So that was the evening. I was very glad for them to go to bed. And then of course they didn't go to bed early, even though they were tired, obviously. So it was just chaos. So I may not be on for very long because that zapped a lot of the energy for the night, but we are going to get done what we can get done. Yeah, and I am excited. Actually, that is what I should add on to that little pouch, is I should add a D-ring for a wristlet. Thank you, because then yeah, you could throw some cash and stuff in it, or a card or whatever. Also makes it easier actually because the wristlet is like a different texture, and it adds that extra little bit of handle that if you drop it into a larger bag, it's not just going to like get lost necessarily. I was nearly done the interfacing last night, but I ended up doing, I think I had like 6 left tonight. So I did end up doing that before obviously coming on stream, because I was like, I don't feel like moving all the setup. Like not even like 10 to 15 minutes into the stream, like maybe even not even 5 barely. So figured I can wrap that up off camera, and then I would come out and we would start here, which has worked out well so far. Alright, so the only issue that I'm going to have with the fact that like pockets need to be sewn like this is when we get into the drawstring channels that need to be sewn with black thread, like the koi here, which are going to need black thread for the drawstrings. So I think we're going to split up those. And then we're just going to sew the pockets and deal with it, I guess. Because then they can be basted. Oh my goodness. Drawstring channels can be basted with white thread. That's not a big deal because the basting gets sewn into the bag and isn't seen ever again. So. Okay. Highlighter flowers, highlighter flowers. These did get topsy-turvied a little bit, but that's okay because that's why we did up these packages. And then there's no guesswork. Yeah, and actually what we'll do is we will stitch the black top stitch, or the black drawstring channels when we go in to do the top stitching on the base of the canvas panels, because they all get top stitched with black. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. on the unhinged side of spicy book recommendations on Instagram right now. I should start a close friends for just like the a little bit more not in line with my professionalism, I guess. I don't know. I want to share this stuff, but I don't feel like it's a good stuff to share on like my Instagram stories even. I don't know why that makes it different on the live stream, but here we are. It's what was it? Mated with mallows? And the description of it was that this woman had been hadn't eaten sweets for a really long time, and then she threw basically like the illustration on the cover is like 3 Peeps bunnies, the marshmallow bunnies, and apparently the description of it is that she throws them in the microwave, and then they turn into like mallow men. Like, okay. I am like morbidly curious, but I will probably never admit if I do actually ever listen to it or not. Although if anyone has actually listened to it, I would love to hear an honest review about it. This woman was extremely embarrassed about what she was reading, so it was an honest review, but it was also very truncated. So this one's going to get black top stitching. I am going to throw its pockets under though, because may as well. It's pretty obvious that's going to get confetti pockets. There are no other colors for it really. And then I'm going to set that one aside right there. And then that's the pile we'll pull from for... Actually, I guess in this case then what I'll do maybe is I'll do the... Should I stitch the canvas to the... Yeah, we could stitch the canvas to the exterior, upper, and then it's marked out as what pocket actually is. That's what we'll do for these ones that like don't have, or need like the black stitching on the drawstring channels. There we go. Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting to like measure these to make sure that I'm doing it by the width, but it's like, it just folds on the fold and off we go. My brains. Yeah, because then we can still baste the pocket. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever, we're going to do the canvas to the exterior here. Okay, which side is shinier? That side's shinier there. Really don't care if the shiny side is out. I just want to make sure that they match, because it's really annoying to like get to the end and they don't match. All right. Yeah, here we go. Hedgies. I just realized that I totally defaulted to my normal like seam allowance. I can't remember if that's the right seam allowance or not, so let's go check. That's not the one that I want anymore. I want this one. That's not it either. That's the other pattern. Is it this one? It is not that one either. How many versions of that do I have open? There we go. Damn it. It's supposed to have a bigger seam allowance. Okay, so yeah, it's supposed to have a bigger seam allowance. Okay, in this case, we're just going to stick with the seam allowance, and I'll remember that for the rest of them. try to remember that for the rest of them. But that's gonna mess up the lining. Damn it. Can I just sew it again? Always keep a seam ripper handy. Damn it. I'm like, it's fine. We'll just have a like smaller seam allowance, but no, that actually is quite a bit between the two seams, and then yeah, like I'm like, what does it affect? But it totally affects the lining, and I can't just fake it and do a second seam because it won't fold properly. So here we go again. I don't normally pause to fix things in the middle of show prep. If I didn't really want these hedgies done, yeah. I don't know why it's so hard to rip up the seam. It's like I refuse. Oh, because my machine doesn't like this canvas. Let's try from the bobbin side and see if that helps. So I looked at the H&H listings today because Caroline's volunteered that if there's anyone I'd like her to go see, she is down for going to see them. There are so many vendors there. There are like 400 vendors at this event. It is really cool to see because there is a lot of the old TNNA vendors, which is awesome. Means that they've like weathered at least some of the stuff that's gone down recently. So that's cool to see. And then there is like, there are vendors from all different kind of like textile arts is more what I would put this at. So it's knitting and crochet and knitting needles and quilt fabrics and manufacturing fabrics and like, yeah, just insane the amount of vendors that'll be there. However, their directory is at least mobile, not very user friendly. So I probably should look at it on my laptop. Wait, was I looking on? Yeah, I think I looked at it on my laptop or on my phone. But yeah. Okay, we're like 2/3 of the way through the seam rip on this side. And I'll go in and I'll just sew this side and get it done. And we'll seam rip the other side and sew it separate, like, as well. Okay, now I better check to see, actually. I sewed the pockets at the smaller seam allowance. Yeah, okay, so they're supposed to be at the smaller seam allowance. The canvas onto the exterior is supposed to be a larger seam allowance. All right. You know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Not like it. Okay. Doesn't make quite as big a deal with the pockets. Although I guess it does in some ways because it's like you don't want them too high in the bag so that they're not accessible or usable. But go. Okay. Alright, there's the one unpicked. And actually, we're just going to go in and unpick the other one. I do swear, if I have too much of a fight tonight, we're not doing this. Because, like, it's not like there isn't pressure on my sewing. But if I mess up like this multiple times, then I'm just going to say nope, and we'll come back to it later because, yeah. I don't need my sewing to be super frustrating tonight. There we go. That might be the best description of all of this. And why would we would be like, nope, checkout time. Okay, apparently that's not going to work. I don't understand why not, but okay. Seam ripper is fine. All right. Shiny side. Matte side towards the bag. There. Next. Ugh. Super annoying. Okay. All right, next one. Oh, I need the, right, I'm putting the exteriors with these so that I keep the, or at least when I'm not trying to like differentiate the pockets. There we go. All right, so I'm pretty sure this is still the way that we're doing it here. Ding, ding, yes. Oh, sweet, yeah, and then actually that works really well because the lining that are going to go with these are basically under these bags, so there's no question about where they belong at all. Excellent. Because like I said, it would kind of be my luck that I put so much effort into making up these packages to come out to the sewing room and then just mess it up as soon as we start sewing. Now there's like 100 other ways that these could be messed up still. A couple major ones that, well, yeah, but so far so good. I was also just realizing as I was sitting down at the sewing table that I'm going to need to go through and measure and clip all of the D-ring tabs into the bags as well. And I went, yay! A little bit sarcastically. But hey, at least I've started cutting down the leather already. So we've got a lot of the brown pull-up leather. And then I was doing a toss on the other desk in the room, and I found a like 2/3 roll of leather cord. So that was like a win. I'll take that win. Just kind of all, I don't know. And then the spider came. So although the divide between the leather and the spider was quite a bit further than how it sounded just right then. The leather finding was like this afternoon. The spider was as I was sitting down tonight. Still getting twitches. Like, ugh. I feel it on my leg, even though there's nothing there. I hope. All right. Strawberries, sweet fruits. I love it. I really like this red. It's like a really good red, and I can't tell you what makes it such a good red, but just trust me, it is a good red. And then the little gold of the flowers too are like really, 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 really nice. Oh, and I just saw the little pops. So I thought all the tops were like kind of like a black navy, but there's little pops of green on there too, which is super adorable. And there's totally a dahlia hair. There you go. Get out of here. Obviously, there's no guarantee against cat fluff in the studio, but if I see it that blatant, excuse me, that blatantly, I'll remove it. Don't worry. Usually it's Flynn that I'm having to remove, so. Just realized. She must be upstairs somewhere because she's not in the cat tree like she normally is. Alright. Next are pocketses. And then I was like, the florals are next, but no, it's the crochet. So it looks like the pile kind of got turned upside down as I was adhering the interfacing to it. Oh, actually, now that we did that one, how does it feel? Although this interfacing does, no. Well, that's not a good example of how it's going to work, at least not that piece. Okay, good. Obviously the canvas is still heavier, but it's mostly just that I want the upper to be able to hold its own, basically, although that is not adhered well at all. Alright, we'll throw those under the iron later. Okay. Webbing, canvas, exterior. This is the new interface. This is the first time I've sewn the Kato bags with the new interfacing. And for anyone just tuning in, My supplier has previously done this, but basically I used up my first roll of fusible interfacing, went and bought another roll of interfacing, found out it's a different interfacing. It's still very similar to what I had previously, but like on the lighter end of similar. So I'm just like, now I'm like, as I commit to this number of Kato bags, I'm like, this better be comparable. Having done it in the large box bags compared to the small box bags I completed in January, because the ones I completed in January would have had the old interfacing. They're similar, I think. Enough, I think. I hope. Like I said, I don't have to be going in and like doing 2 layers of interfacing. That just, well, yeah, pain in the butt. It's basically what it is. Nothing more than that. Puts up the cost of interfacing, but mostly it's just inconvenient. If I have to, I will, though. Trust me, I will. Just don't want to have to if I don't have to. Don't wanna. You can't make me. Cat problems. Cat problems. Alright. So I think it ended up being 53 or 54 out of what? Like I added one, so 110. So we got nearly halfway with the prep work, which I'm pretty, like, very pleased with, considering what we work 2. I didn't even work 2 full days. Last week I worked a day and a half. Okay, now I don't feel so bad about not getting, like, about the amount that we got done, actually, so. No, well. Come in. Honestly, it's going to be really nice when Dallas is out of marathon training, because because I'm running support for him the next few weeks. That does actually take up a lot of my time as well, and that's fine. But it's going to be nice to be finished with it again, and then we'll drop back down into a little bit more, not leisurely, but like not as intense a training schedule, which will help both of us, I think. Alright, so the fish is barely prepared, because I did just add it in last. Why did we add it in last night? There's something wrong with the cut of the one we were replacing or something, right? So I was just like, nope, swap the. Oh, right. There's like leftover laundry detergent of all things on the fabric, so I need to surge it and put it back through the wash. That's what happened. Which tells me what hasn't done it since. I don't know why I was doing with that. So maybe I like overfilled the washing machine or something. I just didn't rinse properly because there was other fabrics in. Well, there was one other fabric in that kind of like color family that probably would have washed with the sake, that also ended up with like detergent splotches. It's cured. Never experienced that before. Okay, and there is its whole package, so we're just gonna pull it out of the way. Now, what is happening with the fish? The fish has, oh, this is the fish that got added. Here we go. All right, so let's see what kind of damage I've done here. Yeah, okay, so its interior is not cut or wedged. Its canvas is not wedged. I hope that it is like, at least the right width. I can double check that. No, it's too large. How are the pockets? Pockets are fine. Okay, so the pockets are fine. The drawstring and the fish go over there. We're going to trim this down. Actually, we'll trim this down to the actual... Did I not pull the whole thing? Or is that it right there? That must be it right there. Yeah, black and black. Okay, sweet. I'm like highly confused apparently. Okay. So we'll do the... should the fish go that way or should the fish go that way? That looks upside down, so the fish are gonna go this way. Flip it because my feed dogs on this machine do not like the canvas, so they don't feed it very nicely. That feels like I have both pieces of canvas there. Thank goodness I checked that. And also the shiny side is up. Excellent. Alright. Although actually, it also does not like this interfacing apparently. Excellent. And we're out of bobbin thread. Cause you know... What? Why? Okay, so if that happens, we know... Oh yeah, it pulled right out of the top. What is going on? This is coming up to full moon, so maybe it's time to put out some of that whiskey for the sprites. Should have put out better whiskey last time, probably. I don't know if they actually drink whiskey because I know it's milk for the little brownie sprites. But I feel like why I say whiskey is because last year I was like, okay, I'll put out some milk. I like had lost a bunch of stuff on the table behind me when the sewing stuff was over there. And I was like, okay, if you like show me where whatever it was I had misplaced is, I'll give you some milk. And it showed up, and then something else was really hidden, so I was like, well, if you help me find this, I'll give you whiskey. And it like showed up 2 seconds later, so maybe it's just time to do some milk and whiskey again, especially with the full moon. Just make sure that doesn't like bring in anything you don't want. All right, now let's try this again. Better. Not by much, but better enough, whatever. Okay. Okay, so we got the matte side down. That's the shiny side. Pockets will come afterwards. And then what way do we want the fish to go on this one? Do we want fish to go this way? Or do we want fish to go... Oh, I like fish going that way. It looks... It's a little bit different from what I think most people would expect. Where's all that? I'm like, where's all this thread from? But it's just been in the sewing studio, Katie. Of course there's thread. Okay, let's try canvas down, interfacing up. Oh yeah, my machine is happier that way, actually. Canvas down. Interfacing up. Easy enough to accommodate. Pockets, 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 pockets. Alright, so tonight is a case of basically work until I am too tired to work. No real rhyme or reason. We're basically an evening ahead of where I was thinking I would be by today. Because I gave that cutoff of like anything that isn't interfaced by Sunday night is just like out of the running completely for peace. But obviously we are ahead of that. Since we are already sewing tonight. So I don't know where we will be by the end of tonight. By tomorrow night, because we are ahead, I would love to have all the exteriors like pieced, drawstrings done, pockets, this, and top stitched. Gotta do taxes tomorrow. So that might be lofty. Need to wrap up on them. Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna work, and then Monday is a full work day, and Wednesday will be a full work day. Friday will not, because I've got a long run that day, so it's kind of like, as much as I say that I'll be working right up through Friday, the majority of the work needs to be done by Thursday, and then the work that'll happen in the truck on the way to Dawson will be all the cord and everything going into these. I guess I gotta actually make sure I've got like clothes. I did start laundry for the kids today, so that's good. Because I just realized that, yeah, we're actually leaving town, so I need to like pack for that. Damn it. Ugh. I know I do it all the time for Knit City, but it just like was like, wait, no, we're gonna be away. All right, well. Tomorrow will be a day of be outside as much as we can, taxes, which I can do on my laptop at least so they can move around with me, and laundry, and sorting laundry. But yeah, it's much outdoor time, and we'll go for a nice long walk for me. I think that'll help a lot as well. Fans. What's next after this? It's the strawberries, and the strawberries are under the fans. So yeah, so the piles that we had done got flipped like upside down doing the interfacing. That's fine, not a big deal, just good to know. It's a little bit faster to just flip that whole pile and then pull off as we work them than anything else, so. And then actually when I come back from Peace, gotta do the obi and kimono bags, but I should also make some more eyeglass cases for the kimono event. And I just realized what else I should make for that too. So there will be a bit of a gear switch, as much as I should be finishing Kato after Peace. I'm going to switch for the 2 weeks afterwards so that I can get some like kimono and obi specific things done for that event. Then we'll do the Kato post Kimono fair. And then, of course, photographing and updating the website as well. Okay. The itty bitty strawberries. Okay, I'm trying to fix whatever that rattle is because it is annoying me. I think it's the needle synchronizer, which I would have had to take off, well, which I did take off last summer to like clear out the thread. It's not even doing what it's supposed to do, which is like stopping with the needle up at all times. I feel like I probably just didn't quite tighten a bolt or like screw down quite enough apparently. One needs a little bit extra because it's got just a tick more cut off on the edge there. There we go. Yeah, because it'll also get sewn into the bag, so we want to make sure that's going to get caught. There we go. And that's what the stiletto is for, is making sure my fingers are out of the way of that needle. Go. Kind of like a third hand sort of thing. Sloths with giant lemons. There's the pocket and the drawstring channels. Put all this together. Alright, so based on historical data, i.e. when I normally stop, I think we'll go until about 11:30, so another half hour. I know that's like not going to get too much more done, but like I said, given that we're like, I'm already sewing tonight versus thinking that I wasn't going to start sewing till Monday, that already puts us ahead a little bit. So mostly because I do need to go and have a good sleep. Because that'll also help the buttons be a little bit less pushable tomorrow, which will be to everyone's benefit. Actually, I keep seeing that comment about the little pouch, but that wing pouch is really good for that. But I also have another super cute little like cat pouch that I'm going to make at some point. I don't know when, but it will happen. It's one of the ones that I think would be really cute if I patchworked together a bunch of scraps and then just cut the cat heads out of the scraps. Complete like kind of crazy quilt sort of idea, or yeah, I think that would look really cute. I made the I actually cooked dinner tonight, so I made the baked tomato feta pasta dish that was like viral 3 to 4 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago now. Around this time, actually 4 years ago, I think. It was really good. I think I put I just used all of the tomatoes I had. I had the big like basket of them from Costco, and it was also a larger block of cheese, so it kind of evened that out a little bit. And I actually didn't even pay attention to how many noodles were supposed to be in it, so really I used the recipe as a guideline. Assembly instructions, it's not that hard. It's like pasta, olive oil, tomatoes. It does actually call for feta, and I had goat cheese. I think the feta might have been a little bit saltier, which probably would have been really nice. I think that would have been the biggest difference overall. And then what else was there? Garlic, if you want. You don't have to have garlic for it even. But it was delicious. Now, I will admit that I have since stumbled on, or before that one even, I stumbled on other like bakes, and the one that I like better is actually a goat cheese one with asparagus, and that one is absolutely amazing. I think that one's from Grilled Cheese Social, and yes, I can actually copy that link and put it in the chat. One moment here, but it is absolutely amazing. And I do actually prefer that one over the tomato bake. And then, like, with the pasta, I basically just use whatever I can get my hands on cheap. So the last couple that we've done have been shells, because I really like shells. I and they were on sale when I went to buy them. Yeah, I definitely used garlic because I'm not skipping garlic, and it called for fresh basil, but I didn't have fresh basil, so I put dry basil in, and the fresh basil would have probably added more of a sweetness to it, which I do think it was missing in this case, because the tomatoes did taste a bit kind of acidic. So probably could have used a little bit of sugar to kind of cut that, but whatever. It was still really tasty. Neither of the kids really, well, the youngest actually enjoyed it, but they also eat like basically anything. And my eldest was just like, I don't like it, and then spat their noodle back out on their plate. And I'm like, no, don't spit your noodle on the plate. I was gonna put it back in the pot, and then I just ended up eating it, but I was like, gross. Yeah, and goat cheese is a good substitute. I'm just thinking that the feta would have been a little bit saltier, like I said. And it, the goat cheese kind of melted as it cooked, whereas the feta would have stayed, as per the pictures from the baking, it would have stayed firmer in the middle and maybe not released as much liquid, which it did seem very liquidy when I took it out of the oven. But given like I didn't measure anything, I could have been using too much olive oil. There were definitely too many tomatoes. Whatever. It tasted delicious. Moral of the story. It tasted delicious. And all made from like bulk Costco ingredients, which right now is super nice. Although I think the one I want Dallas to try and make this week will be Half Baked Harvest does a lot of really good sheet pan dinners. And she's got a really good chicken thigh, like feta, chicken thigh, gyro recipe with like a tzatziki that is pretty much to die for. And I like the fact that like you basically put the chicken in it's chicken thighs, you put it in like a bowl to marinate, and then you throw it all onto a sheet pan and make the tzatziki. So it's a really easy like cook. And then typically, so she's got like fries and gyro wraps with it and everything, but typically I go and buy just the like authentic pita shells, so the nice thick ones. And then we dip in the tzatziki and just kind of eat the chicken almost as like a salad, which is really good. That one does need feta though, for sure. Because you'll use the feta with the chicken, and you'll use the feta with the tzatziki as well. And it's got lots of veggies in it because it's got like cucumbers right in the tzatziki and everything like that. I'll get that link as well because why not? Half Baked Harvest. Where am I going? Chicken thigh gyros? Yes, with tzatziki and french fries. Sheet pan. And then the other one that's also really good is... Let's send you a bunch of recipes, because why not? There's that one, and then there's a, yeah, there we go. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. The actual website name is really annoying, but the recipe is stellar. So the top one is the Half Baked Harvest one is the gyros with tzatziki and french fries, and then the bottom one is a chicken thigh, basically skillet recipe that is very good. Guess it might be a week to buy some chicken thighs and cook some of these up. Actually, we've got a bunch of burrito shells from the last time we bought burrito shells. And I bet you, I know it's not exactly the same, but I bet you making a wrap out of those, the feta, the Half Baked Harvest recipe will probably be flipping amazing with the tortilla shells even. And actually making it into a wrap. So maybe that's what we'll do, and we can use up some of those as well. Alright, having now done this multiple different ways to keep these organized, doing these packages up before we left the sewing studio is probably the best way to do this. I don't know if it's hands down the best way to do it, but so far so good. These strawberries are adorable. Pretty sure all the strawberry fabrics pretty much came from Kyoto, which is pretty awesome. So apparently cherry blossom season in Kyoto this year was absolute bonkers, like to the point where it's like, yeah, just bonkers. And they've had to put in some I've discussed this before, but they've had to put in some restrictions around Gion and stuff like that, just because people don't follow the rules. Just reinforces us going in the off season as often as we can. Cheaper and don't have to deal with as many people. Although I did tell Dallas that we need to start like I want to find some like new places to go in our next trip. Obviously we're still going to hit up Kyoto and Tokyo and all of that. It's kind of unavoidable with the fabric shopping, but I told him that I want to go do something new, like even in Kobe or something like that, I think this time. Because he's never actually been to Kobe, so. And it's a cool city because it's like, I think it's still technically in the Kansai prefecture. So Kyoto and Osaka are in the Kansai prefecture. I can't remember if Kobe is in Kansai or Hyogo. Because Himeji, which is the big original castle that you always see photographed pretty much during cherry blossom season, because it is spectacular. Is Hyogo. I feel like Kobe might be. Anyway, it's got like definitely Japan's largest Chinatown, and it's one of the port cities where a lot of the foreigners came in, so there's a lot of like foreign architecture from the time period of Japan reopening. Reopening is probably the best description, and like there's a Japanese YouTuber, American in Japan, doing a bunch of like YouTube shorts about all these restaurants. He must work. I don't know what he's doing there. His Japanese is really good. At least from the times that I've heard him speak it. And he goes around and like reviews Japanese restaurants in Kobe mostly. He's currently doing a like countdown or a tier list of that messed up that bobbin good. Rewind that a little bit. A tier list of like 87 restaurants in a restaurant plaza in Kobe. So I have a feeling he has to live around Kobe somewhere. Because he also does review stuff in like Kyoto and Osaka and Tokyo, so he travels around. But I've got like a massive list now. I actually started following him on Instagram because I find it really hard to save YouTube shorts in any way any meaningful way to like try and find them later, pretty much. So I've started like different collections on Instagram so that I can put like places to eat and things to do in Japan and categorize it. Because the other side of this is that we gotta make sure that like there's stuff for the kids to eat and do and things. So it's going to be a different trip just for that too. Yeah, new. It's all tangled up, and not in like a chain pieced way, just a bad way. There we go. I think, ugh, gross. That was bad. Okay, I didn't stitch anything else together. That's good at least. Come on. Thread the needle. There we go. No, it's not. Now it's tangled. Now we're gonna go around. Ow. Like knotted itself around the needle. Ah, okay. 1 and 2. Like, what time is it? 11:15. All right, let's get this wrapped for tonight at least. Yeah, we might be able to work. Yeah, we'll at least work through to the next set of like linings, because I don't know why that's the demarcator right now, but it is. And it'll be like, it won't be a situation of like this or this, whatever time it is. It'll just be like, once I hit that, that is the done. Ding, we're good. Haha. Alrighty. I'm going to do that. The bees are here. The bees. Bees. Which tells me we've got like 2 more before we stop. Okay, yeah, just 2 more, and then it'll be time to say goodnight. I'm on the wait list for The Fragile Threads of Power, which is another book by V.E. Schwab. As far as I can tell, it's in the same world as the one that I just finished, which is A Conjuring of Light and all of those. What was it? A Darker Shade of Magic and something. I can't, or A Darker Shade of Magic, something. And then A Conjuring of Light. And it was really good. But I'm on hold with the library for it, and my Everend subscription only has the French version, and I'm like, well, I don't know French. So I'll wait for it from the library. Which I was just realizing, I think what I'll do is, like, even if I don't necessarily listen to it right away, if I start getting loans in, I might just start playing the book at like high speed so that they get the like, because I have a feeling they probably get stats for how many books actually get read and like finished, because that's something you can track with electronic resources, and that probably counts in some sort of stats instead of just like circulation level, which is what you would get with just loaning books out. And obviously both are going to be very important at this point. And I don't know if this is true. I have done zero research about whether it is, but in my head, likely. So I think what I'm going to start doing is, if I have audiobooks out from the library, even if I if I don't end up having time to listen to them or whatever, I'll go through and like put them on like 3 or 4 times speed and just let them play. Because like I had a loan where it was like, I can't listen to this yet because it's the second one in the series, and I'm still on hold for the first one. So what are you going to do? And I thought of this afterwards, but that's totally what I'm going to do next time. Anyway, in the meantime, while I'm waiting for this hold from the other one, I was like, what do I want to listen to, if I want to listen to anything? There's no spiders. The spider that got on me is gone. But I tried to start The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chosky. I even heard the narrator like read it, but I could not get into it. I don't know if it's just my mindset or what, but it was just not the one. I think I might need to read it in like physical form, because I find sometimes that the audiobook narrator can really jar me out of an experience. I feel like that might be the case with this series. So I'm at loose ends. I've got a bunch of books saved on there, but I don't know what I want to start. So if I even want to really start anything right now. Or if maybe I'm just in a bit of a book hangover and not in the mental space to start anything. Totally possible too. Alright, one more for tonight, and then we will continue on tomorrow. Like I said, we're already ahead of where I was anticipating us being tonight. I thought we were still going to be like basically just adhering interfacing tonight. But this stuff did actually adhere better. Which could be that the glue on the old stuff was like degraded, which can totally happen. And it had been around for a little bit, so that might be part of it. And because also, who knows how long it had been sitting in storage before I even bought it. Yeah, but like the fusing of it actually went extremely well. As much as I like complain about the whole having to like cut and fuse interfacing, it was like the fastest part of the project yesterday. I was like, wait, we're done. And now we just have to fuse it. All right, let's do it. It was slightly confusing, to be honest. And actually what? So I've been on for less than an hour and a half. So we'll see how many bags we have left, which will give me an approximate idea of like how long it'll be to wrap on this section of it at least. Although looking, I think we'll be able to do the majority of this tomorrow. If the kids are chill, I might do a little bit of sewing off screen as well. Although it's more likely that I'll spend the time doing taxes and laundry. Yay. Kids don't grow up in a lot of situations. Actually, no. Age. Be responsible for yourself. And don't forget to have fun, I guess. That might be the better description. Because the rest of it kind of... ugh. There's benefits. There's a lot of drawbacks to being an adult. Okay, that one feels like it also needs to be reinterfaced. What the heck? Okay, so some of these... I was just like, it interfaced so well. And now it's like, no, it didn't. Oh, it's the corner of the ones that were on the bottom. Okay, so we have to do them in single layers next time. That's fine. That's something that we can actually fix under the iron. It's not like anything major. It's not like the whole piece of it isn't interfaced. It's just like small details in the corner. Like that. So I'll make sure that that gets under an iron before we, when we're, I don't typically iron them to top stitch them. Okay, well maybe we'll go through and we'll find the loose ones and I'll throw them back under the steam press tomorrow. That's what I'll do while the kids are up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41. So we got like through like 12 in an hour and a half. So we have 31 left. So we got 3 hours. Almost 4 hours worth of work left. All right. Pockets take so much time. I always forget that the pockets take a lot of time. This bag just takes a lot of time, especially in quantity. Anyway, but yeah, I've hit my wall. So this will be the pile to work on tomorrow. I will throw everything under the steam press, including the stuff that's back here that I've already done the packages up for. Yeah, because it'll have to happen before the canvas goes on. And then I'll double check the couple that we've already sewn the canvas on the bottom of. I know for sure that the hedgehogs needed to have it re-adhered or finish adhering, and the fish one we'll double check on as well, although it might be okay. And not all of these are going to need to be re-adhered, but probably a good chunk of them then. It's not even, like I said, a full re-adherence. It's just like little corners that got missed. The big thing about that is that if it's not fully adhered, then you don't get that stiffening effect from it because the glue hasn't melted into the fabric, basically. And that is the main reason for using this interfacing. Yeah, see, this one's just the corners. I know that looks pretty big, but it is just the corners. But we'll just run it through again and everyone will be happy. So hope you guys all have a fantastic night. Thank you for joining me again, as always. If you want to view more of these, typically a little bit more chaotic live streams, I'm just tired tonight. So the chaos hasn't had a chance to start yet. You can subscribe obviously to me on YouTube or follow me on Instagram. I always post a link in the Instagram stories when I'll be on, typically within 10 to 15 minutes, because I still like that camera that you're seeing this big view on is the phone. So I have to like post to Instagram from there and then I can come on. Anyway, you don't really need to know all the details. I hope you all have a fantastic night and